How's you?
Oh, it's absolutely going.
All right. I also got a new coffee table in this last week, so the setup of how I'm able to put up the camera here, I think looks a lot better than it did. It just I don't know, it looks less like haphazard, just kind of draped across the across the room. All right. Well, welcome back everyone to
I
Rapid
think that is a
Respawn.
better angle.
Yeah, it looks a little it looks a little more professional versus the very janky kind of is it
Looks more
tilt.
raised.
Yeah, so I got the new table I got is one of those where uh,
Oh, like
I
it
can
kind
actually
of telescopes towards you?
well here I can take the camera and I can show you, but there is this entire drawer that comes up underneath the computer and it like raises up and out, and then the computer can sit on that instead.
Oh, nice. Nice.
And so yeah, it gives a better angle for this for sure.
My
Just
mom had a
so much
coffee
better.
table like that ages ago, and it was the coolest piece of furniture I think she's ever owned.
Right? The big thing is I can put like controllers and remotes and like headsets and just whatever. I can put that stuff in inside the table, and I it's not gonna it doesn't just get dusty constantly anymore.
Oh, nice.
That's the
Bonus.
right. Fuck yeah. All right. So Tim, what are we doing first here? Let's get where we're going before we
So,
do anything
uh,
else.
that is actually where you're gonna summon us,
Oh,
and it's
okay.
even nighttime, which is, our favorite time of day in Elden Ring. Day has all sorts of fun colors and all that stuff,
It's my
but
favorite time of the
nighttime,
day night.
yeah, part of the day night.
It's the best time of the day night.
um, so yeah, I think let's go ahead and we'll meet you at
And what's this one called? It's
what do they call that
the
one these
Forbidden
days?
Lands. What do
The
they call it these
Forbidden.
days?
The sight of born lamps.
Sure, we're gonna I'm gonna draw my little sign in the dirt.
Straw in the sand. All right. Well, in that case, Tim, did you see anything new? Do watch any? Check out anything new? Read anything new? Anything
So yes,
interesting in the
I
last week?
I went and saw a movie called The Zone of Interest.
Okay.
Um, it's France put it forth as their Cannes Film Festival submission,
Okay. Okay.
and uh, it's or I could be wrong on the Cannes because I think that might be summer, but regardless, France put it forth as their submission over
If you
Anatomy
know,
of a Fall, which
if you
was an
go and say it
international.
that way, they'll tell you that it's cons.
Oh God.
I know. Doesn't that just make you tired of the French?
So the canning uncanny cadaver with a
Okay.
can-do attitude
All right.
can't go canning at cans.
Wow. All right. Okay? You managed to work that in there quite a few times,
Well, I've got a
and
can-do attitude.
I think you managed to still make it grammatically accurate. Though is the thing.
I
That's what I'm really
definitely
impressed by.
I have my moments. So what you'll notice right here at the night is the contrasting this red wispy shit floating through the air above us.
Oh, that's the part.
That's
That's the
because
day part of the day night.
this is land of giants, right? This is the
Right.
mountaintop of giants, and giants, their god was the god of fire. Like there's all these outer gods, like the greater will and stuff.
Right.
One of the gods was the fell flame god, or the god of the fell flame, and
Ah.
these little fuckers,
Ah.
amongst several other annoying NPCs, are things. Well, these are the vulgar militia, leftover kind of shock troops left to guard certain points, certain pieces of infrastructure, but they were also
Okay.
shock troops often sent in the front line of war. That's why you see them
Interesting.
deployed against some of the other factions during the Shattering. But
Okay.
you also see them in places where the campaigns prior to the Shattering take place. Um,
Interesting.
Now that all ties into the once the oh hi friend, you're
Are we
hidden in the
taking?
mist there.
Ow. But no. So yeah, tell us about this movie though.
Oh,
Or unless
zone of
that was the.
interest.
Yeah.
Um, so zone of interest is it follows the family of a relatively ordinary family in Germany in 1943.
Oh, okay. I see where
You can
this is
kind
going.
of see where this is going, yeah.
Yeah, a
And
little bit, a little bit.
it's you start out at the lake. You start out with the family going to camp or going back from the campground to their house, and it's all relatively ordinary.
Okay.
And
Until
then you
World War
notice
II
the
starts.
wall on the back of their garden has
Oh,
barbed
okay.
wire on the top of it,
Oh,
and
sure.
the whole thing takes place following the family of the
Phantom
commandant of
Slash.
Auschwitz.
Oh wow, okay, that's dark. I mean, like World War II was already dark, but that's definitely a specific
Yeah,
dark place to go. Oh, all
and
right.
it
I guess I forgot that was
follows.
a boss. That
Oh
technically
yeah,
is like an actual boss.
yeah. It's a boss, but we're gonna summon again at the exact same sign as
Just
before, I guess, for the just because this place is so goddamn disorienting.
I just should go back to the yeah.
Yeah, just travel back to the site of grace.
Works for me.
Um, and you follow not like the commandant as he's going through the camp, but you follow his family and the way that they go about living their lives,
Hmm.
like and how there's this sense of normalcy to everything.
Right.
And the whole time, anytime they're outside of the house, you hear the sound of gunshots, like
Ooh.
really frequently.
Oh,
And you see
yeah, I can
smoke
imagine.
flying over the wall and the glow of the flames at night. And the like the children and stuff are completely immune to it. And then like the mother-in-law comes to visit from out of town. And she's like, I'm so proud of you guys. You've got this beautiful family and this beautiful home. And then at night, she's just staring out the window and she starts crying. And she like it goes through the night as she's getting progressively more and more drunk to cope with it because
Damn.
she can't block out the glow of the flames and she can't get the smell out of the room. And so like they wake up the next morning and she's gone. And you
Yikes.
never see what was written in the note, but uh, like the daughter reads it and she's like, hmm, walks downstairs, throws it in the furnace, pours a
The,
shot of gin.
the smell of burning human flesh fills my nose. Sizzle, sizzle.
um, but it's yeah, it's very fucking depressing. It was dark,
Yeah, no, that
like
sounds incredibly dark.
especially because like you hear like you see like
Oh,
the salesman come by who's just like, we've got a new model of furnace, and they're
Tim,
talking at first you think they're talking about just like a regular furnace because it seems so ordinary the
ooh,
conversation they're having.
right. Tim, was there something up here on this thing, or was because I didn't see an
I
item or
think that's
anything?
just a little piece of infrastructure.
Oh, okay. Just making sure I didn't miss anything. Anyway, continue.
um but yeah, that's about the gist of. Oh, they're being little cunts.
Get him, knock him off the cliff. Almost. Hey, he still fell off after though. Ah, motherfucker. Oh,
I am
well,
the
Sarah,
golden god.
Sam. Is that an Always Sunny reference, or
It is
what's the
because
okay?
if I take off the mask, I made Dennis's face,
Oh,
but
really? Let's
with
see
like
if we can
Super
get that on the
Saiyan hair.
stream camera here. Yeah, there you go. You can take your helmet off. Oh, I want to see the face.
It doesn't really work without the hair, I don't think.
No?
I mean, you can only get such angular
Oh, oops.
proportions before you're missing
Yeah,
a certain
honestly,
amount of.
that's pretty good though.
Oh,
Oh, we got Face Man invading us. Uh-oh. Alright, where's Face
found him.
Man? Oh shit. I mean,
That'll sort him out. Maybe.
it's doing something. I don't.
Oh,
Oh shit.
he's being a cheeky little bastard.
He's
He's
got. He's
fucking with
got.
arrows. Okay, 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 okay.
This seems like a
Let me
dangerous
just
place for an invasion. All right, got us. Was that a strength buff or?
increase defense and offense.
Sweet.
It's just a 25% damage output boost and 40% defense boost.
Hell
It's
yeah. Oh,
ah
okay. Well, I just got knocked off the side.
well, I got to admit, Faceman knew what he was doing.
Hey, Spaceman had a strategy.
Faceman came in there to win.
Same question to you, Sarah. Did you see anything interesting this last week, or?
No, because I've been trying to watch, old Doctor Who,
Okay.
so,
Like early 2000s, or would you say old? Do you mean
no,
like the black and
no,
white stuff?
the old Doctor Who, like, from the 1960s.
Sweet. My personal favorite is I've never been like the biggest Doctor Who watcher, but my personal favorite is Tom Baker.
I have not seen any of his stuff yet, because I started on the first Doctor, and I cannot think of what his name is. I
I
think it's like
struggle with that too.
Hotnell or something. I'm pretty sure it starts with an H, but I can't think of what it is offhand.
Tom Baker was number 4, if I'm remembering right, which is possible. I'm not. But yeah, is that the are you just recently watching the older stuff for the first time, or are you going back and kind of rewatching it for fun?
I'm just now watching it for the first time.
Nice. Well, that's a fun thing to get into. See, I'm trying to think. What have I done this? I have started. Um, I have started watching. Well, I guess not super recently, but I'm a little further into it now. But I've started Full Metal Alchemist, which Tim, I know you've seen all of that.
Nice.
Um,
Proud of you for
I
finally making the time.
I I'm not at a spot where I like super love it yet. I'm kind of giving it the chance though. I'm sticking with it. I think I'm
It
like
definitely gets darker as it goes. I think, in a way, the Brotherhood had a better second half, and the first one had a better first, like, 15 or so episodes. Just because the
interesting.
first
Okay.
15 or so episodes in the first one
Oh,
more closely adapt the part
the
of the
book.
manga that was out.
Okay.
But then you have the
What's going on up here?
Brotherhood, which was made, which I think better represents the whole.
Right. Well, because the first one wasn't even, or the first one was done when the book wasn't even over.
I climbed us up here for nothing. But this
Nothing
is
up here.
actually, oh no, this is a bit of lore. That's what this is.
Oh,
Look at this
cool.
fucker. This is a skull. We've been
Oh, wow,
finding the
shit.
ossified remains of a
Oh, wow.
giant.
That's cool. That's very cool. Interesting. Interesting.
I mean,
Well
shit.
then, oh,
They
sorry.
should have put something up there. I mean, if
Yeah, honestly. Um, yeah. Let's see. Tim, oh wait, hey, actually, I think there is a little item up here. Oh, and that might. Okay, never mind. No, that's not a fall that would kill me though. Might have to climb back up the other side though. Damn. Circle around here. Yeah, there
The
totally is
general
an item.
direction I guess we want is east by northeast.
Okay.
That's the only thing that's keeping me going the right direction. This fog is shockingly disorienting. I didn't realize how much I relied on landmarks
It's like
in a
the
game with a
fantasy
giant tree in
version
the
of
background.
Silent Hill, right?
Yeah.
This Silent Hill level fog. But no, yeah, I think I'm about, was it like 16 episodes into it? And like, I think as it's going, I'm liking it more. But yeah, the comedy of it really doesn't land for me a lot of the time. Um,
I find that the comedy was arguably the weakest aspect
sure.
like just because like yeah, I think they're trying to add lightheartedness because of how dark some of the ritual human sacrifice aspect of it can be.
Sure, and I think like a good story has a variety of tones, right? So like I don't think they necessarily like, it's not that they can't have some of that campiness. I just think that it I don't know.
Didn't hit
Sometimes
the mark on what it did have.
it's just it's I think it's a little too extreme. Like the when the pendulum swings from like lighthearted to dark, it's just such an extreme. Like it the comedy doesn't I don't know. It just doesn't feel totally natural, right? Like the mix from one to the other. Um,
Yeah.
and I
I
also will say that half the jokes are one joke. Like half the jokes are just, I'm not sure.
it's missing the rule of 3 in comedy.
Yeah, it's like the joke is it's so much more funny when you tell it 1,000 more times. Yeah, I don't know. That's one thing. So like I'm at a point where like I think it's all right, and but I'm like willing to keep seeing it through and like continue to check it out. Um, but it's all right. It's okay. Um, otherwise, I don't know if you caught any of it, but on Tuesday we played a whole game in one sitting on Tuesday called The Many Pieces of Mr. Coup.
Ah, I'd heard of that. How was it?
It was ooh, one of these fuckers. It was good. I mean it's like kind of an old school like '90s style point and click adventure game, and so it's got nonsensical old school adventure game logic. Um, but it's fun. It's very short. I mean, there's like you could in theory if you had every answer like ready to go and you just did everything in a row. Oh goddamn! He only hit me 2 times.
Yeah, I was wondering what the scaling would be on this boss.
Dang. Should I do the stake of America or the last side? Probably just the last side of Grace. Yeah, just for the sake of being easy to find.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's do that. I feel like that makes sense. Um, but no, this was a very fun game. Very goofy, very silly. Uh, we got about 2.5 hours out of it, but that is stretching and bullshitting quite a bit to make that happen.
ah, well, that sounds like a nice succinct game.
Yeah, it's short. It's nice and short. Sometimes you need something that just you sit down and by the time you get up, you're done with it.
Yeah, not everything needs to be a 100-hour investment. Elden Ring,
Yeah. I mean, hey,
but
some stuff is cool
if
for it to
if
be
it's gonna
that,
be
but
100 hours long, I am glad it's got as much like we're in a fucking mist-filled mountaintop that we
oh
took a
yeah.
fucking derelict elevator to get to, but it's like a derelict elevator for a god.
Oh yeah, I mean Elden Ring I think earns its length, right? Like there's a lot of games that are unnecessarily long and they're just bloated. A lot of open world stuff, right? Like Assassin's Creed I think is like the guiltiest modern example of that. But yeah, I mean there's plenty of stuff that that does not earn its length. But I think Elden Ring has plenty of variety. There's plenty going on here for it to be as long as it is.
Oh, the orange shit in the sky. So the
Yeah,
god they worship
yeah.
is fire, and when Marika sent Radagon to, or no, I am blanking on whether it was Radagon or Marika herself, which led the siege against the mountaintop of giants. Um, no, yeah, it would have been Radagon,
All
who
right.
at that point had the sworn fealty of Carian royalty because he, before marrying Marika, was married to the Carian queen of the full moon, Renala.
Oh, okay.
So he comes to the mountaintop of giants, where it's said that his hair turned orange there and left his children with the orange hair gene. Um, because that is all giants have orange hair as a symbol of of their fealty to their god.
Is this a dig at the Irish, or?
It might be, if the Irish have a history of fire.
I mean, some, definitely some.
And so when their god was killed, because America like ascended the
Oh,
mountaintop
Oh,
and slew their
fuck.
god.
got another one.
Um, well, this is gonna be fun. I guess.
We're in a slightly better area for it, at least.
Yeah.
So, Tim, at this point, how many more character designs do you have left in your back pocket for?
I
Oh,
have
there he is.
two planned. I was picking from a pool of three today. I was actually just trying to go off of schools of magic or like magic aesthetics.
Okay. Ouch.
Nice.
Oh, oh, come on, you
I
motherfucker.
wonder if I could. Oh, those things have such good range.
Oh, come on.
Okay, okay. There we go. Whew.
Motherfucker. Sorry.
No, you're good. We swear constantly on these shows. You should hear us on Tuesdays. Tim, you know, you've heard how
Oh,
foul mouthed me, Alex, and Ulysses can get.
the foulest of mouthed.
I mean, yeah, when we were playing
I'm pretty sure
Deathloop.
new words were invented, like new curse words.
Oh, absolutely. We've invented new curse words. I mean, what was it? We were playing Deathloop and we got stuck in like an office for like half an hour, couldn't figure our way out, and somehow the conversation devolved into whose dads we would fuck. It really just goes off the rails. By
There's
the way,
rails?
no, there's no rails. There's no rails on this show. By the way, Tim, did you know that Ilkka Ville, the actor that plays Alan Wake, was voted Finland's hottest dad?
Huh.
Apparently, that was something he was able to be voted for.
The Golden Star is surprisingly good at high movement targets as long as they're really big and their hitbox isn't close to the ground.
Sure.
Come on, motherfucker, stay the fuck still.
Ah! Oof. He is bouncing all over the goddamn place. I forget. Does the bleed work on like stone thing enemies like this? This is
Some
still
enemies are resistant or immune to bleed.
okay.
This one might be, but he's
Ow!
also, I think, a
Oh,
gargoyle made of
fuck!
flesh, bone, and wax.
Damn, he got me. He got me. That
This
was.
time, you're gonna revive at the stake because the stake is right outside of the boss fight, and then
Oh,
Sarah and
okay.
I will just be chucked back to our worlds at full health, and we can lay our signs back down
Good
if
idea.
we get
Good
summoned
idea.
there. Cuts the 3 to 5 minute schlep with an invasion involved.
Yeah.
If there
uh,
weren't an invasion, maybe I would say it was faster, but
sure.
It's
Yeah.
gonna take me a minute, but yeah,
actually,
I'm good with that.
if you backtrack from the Grand Lift of Rolled waypoint, if you have it unlocked, that might be faster for us.
Oh yeah, because that's like right up. Okay, that's right
That'll
up
be
there.
the one that's right behind where the boss is. You might actually be able to just run past the boss while we distract it and get it,
Oh, okay.
and then we could just fight
Cool.
the boss from behind every time.
Sweet. Sweet.
Oh, come on, quit getting stuck on shit. Like, fuck.
That's what I have to tell my brain at work every day.
You have one job, and that's to not get stuck in the fucking environment.
Let's see. Oh, Tim, are you current on Chainsaw Man on the manga?
I believe I'm like 4 chapters behind. I forgot to catch up on that because the pirate site I was using stopped carrying it.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate. There's you can go on. There's an official one that that has it. I think it's like the
Wait,
four most
really?
recent. It's like the four most recent ones are free, and then you have to like have a paid subscription if you want to read like the whole series. But
Oh, hot damn, that's a great way to just stay current, though.
yeah, that's how I think I'm 2 behind right now. But I feel like we're starting to approach the climax of part 2, or at least a really, really big portion of it for sure. That's God, I'm trying to think. That's like the only comic book I feel like I'm currently like keeping up on.
Jujutsu Kaisen is one I'm keeping current on.
Right, right.
There's also this one. God, I believe I'm gonna have to look it up because I'm blanking on the name of it.
Doing a little dab there.
You know it.
I'm dabbing and I
It's
know
called
it.
Granny. I think I mentioned it to you. It's
Oh yeah,
a
I think
South
so.
Korean manhwa about this lady whose son is put into a coma by these mobsters, and so she is approached by this guy who trains her in because she works as an like her husband's is a gun salesman,
Okay.
and so she uses her access to the guns and the elite training that these people provide to take revenge on her grandson, and it's so far it's had a few plot turns where I did not anticipate it, and I was thoroughly surprised. So
Damn.
that's one I've been definitely keeping up on.
Okay. I haven't. I think they very recently put out a new volume not too long ago. So I have to go back and catch up. But Saga, I think, is has like a new chapter or a new volume out as of fairly recently. I don't know if you've ever read that, but
His axe is invisible to me.
oh shit. Well, that's not good. Oh nope. The I tried, but the site of grace is past a fog wall
Oh, isn't that
until we
fun?
beat him. Yeah. Have you ever read Saga, Tim?
I have not.
So that's an American comic. It's by is it Brian K. Vaughan and is it Fiona? Is it Fiona Apple? I think her name might just be Fiona Apple. Um, but they basically set out to make something that was like unadaptable. Like it literally could not
Ah!
exist outside of comic book form. So it's like sci-fi, right? Like you to do it in live action, you would need just a massive budget for all the costumes and the aliens and just and spaceships and everything going on. Um, and then, but then they also made it so like there's so much nudity and like graphic sex in it that like no, it would have to be like hard rated R if you were going to adapt it, but no one would ever give something R rated the budget that it would need to get all the sci-fi stuff to look good. So like they went out of their way to try and like create a thing that would literally be impossible to take out of comic book form. Maybe like an adult cartoon, perhaps, but even then, I just don't think a studio would take a chance on it. Um, but that's it's really good. It's like two. It's kind of a
Who's it
love
by?
story. Brian K. Vaughan is the writer. He did like Why the Last Man. It's printed under Image Comics.
Ah,
And
found it.
Fiona Apple, I think, is the I think she's the illustrator. Um, but it's really good. It's like two species at war, and they are and two characters, one from each side, a man and a woman, fall in love and have a kid, and it's like the kid. It's like the narrator is the child grown up, kind of telling the story of like this war and how her parents met in the middle of it.
So 42 is probably going to be, I think, a
What's up?
decent amount just until you get your damage stats up a little bit higher
Yeah, I
for
should
vigor.
get
But
bigger.
that is a
Oh,
good
okay,
amount of vigor to have. Like 40
cool.
is what like it'll keep you alive.
Sure.
There's also a talisman I think coming up that just gives you a flat 15 or 20% physical damage reduction. So
Ooh,
that's
well, that's nice.
that's a pretty chunk, I tell you what.
Yeah, that's very handy.
So
Um,
we're actually not going to summon at this waypoint. You're going to talk to the finger crone nearby.
oh, okay.
And once you've talked to her, you're going to go up to the lift and use your medallion.
Finger chrome is that's an unpleasant name. I don't like how
Yeah,
that
the
sounds.
finger crone.
The finger chrome. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that name.
So you know how people just keep fucking living? America cut the concept of death, like we know it, out of the Elden Ring, gave it to her
Oh,
kind of like brother-in-law, essentially, Malekith the Black Blade, and told
Mal
him, guard this with your
Malekith.
life.
Huh.
And
Ugh.
so he does. He takes that to heart, and while destined death is severed from the ring, it's nobody can die, and so you have these
Right.
crones that live out their entire lives, that live their unnaturally fucking long lives, withering away, doing nothing but interpreting the will of the fingers. And what she's essentially telling you right
Huh.
here is like, why would you try to enter the mountaintop? Nobody needs to go to the mountaintop anymore. The only thing lying there is the flame of the giants. And who
Well,
would send
maybe
you
I
here?
need that.
Certainly not the ring or the two fingers. And we've
Right.
been following the guidance of grace here. The golden grace has been pointing the direction towards this mountain this entire time,
Oh, is
which
that
means
okay?
it's not the two fingers, it's not the greater will manipulating the sight of grace. Remember,
Interesting.
America banished all of these soldiers. Like she sent Godfrey out. Oh, you're going to go up to the elevator, and then
Oh,
there's going to
sure.
be like a use medallion button, and then you'll do
Right.
that.
Cool.
Um, but
I got you.
America fucking banishes her husband because he fights the last war to solidify the absolute power of the greater will in the lands between.
Okay.
The sight of grace fades from his eyes, and
Hmm.
he loses his golden vision, and a shit ton of people in the lands between living underneath the Erd Tree did. Um,
Damn.
and so they all were cast out, and they all followed Godfrey. Yeah.
Godfrey.
Uh, and they fought because he was a barbarian, and he fought until he was pin-cushioned with swords and axes and shit. And eventually, at the beginning of this game, we are we find ourselves awaken, the us who were banished from the lands between, on the outskirts of it,
Right.
having regained the sight of grace. And so we're being called here by the lands between. This entire time we thought it was the greater will guiding us to become the new Elden Lord. But no, something else is guiding us towards the being able to burn the Erd Tree so that we can make our way inside of it.
Interesting. Huh.
So now, at this point in the game, at this point in the story, nobody knows who pulls the strings other than and at the beginning, kind of like before the game even had released, um, there will be a path that you're going to follow a little ways up, and that will have a site of grace,
All
and we will
right.
meet you there. Like when they were doing the interviews and stuff, and we'd been given a synopsis and we had the trailer, everyone kind of thought it was going to be America, like the god of this land, as kind of like someone pulling the strings. And oh, you can do it right outside the elevator. I'm silly.
I was just say is I don't see the site of grace, but I do see Sarah's sign. Oh wait, where'd it go?
It was though, but I teleported out because I didn't think that you'd see it.
Oh, well, no worries.
I just,
I'll
so
just go down
I'm
the
literally at
steps a
the.
little bit. I assume it's just down these.
Oh yeah, you just follow that road. There shouldn't even be any enemies.
There's a little spirit deer. Oh hey, is that the rest of the map of the? Oh, not the whole thing, but a good chunk of it.
A
Sweet.
good chunk of it. There's one more chunk I think left for you, or two more.
It looked like two more, because this one was like in between two spaces. All right, there we go.
But yeah, we find out America's been missing this whole time, and nobody's actually seen her since the shattering happened 1,000 years prior.
Right.
Um,
Okay.
and then we kind of thought it was going to be the greater will, but turns out every divine tower we've ascended so far, the two fingers at the top has been dead and decaying and withered, and even the two fingers in the round table hold have stopped responding.
There's a guy with a hat over here.
Go ahead and talk to him.
He's asking me
You
why
remember
the
that
long
guy?
face. Yeah, I do. I do.
Remember how he died from
Yeah.
Elden?
Yeah. So that's not actually him.
Yeah, something's possessing his body.
Interesting.
Remember Shabriri grapes
Yes,
that we
but
were
they were
feeding
like,
to Hyetta?
weren't they eyeballs though?
You sure betcha.
This guy's
The
eyeballs.
heretic Shabriri told a lie so damning it doomed an entire people.
And turned his eyeballs into grapes.
So, as punishment, his eyes were carved out, and he was sent
Oh,
to wander the land in madness. Um,
interesting.
and he was often seen as the most reviled man. There's even a talisman you can find that makes enemies more hostile towards you, called the
Damn.
Shabriri's Woe.
All right, all
And
right.
so,
So he's a real piece of work, huh?
in people that have been driven to madness, like there was a remember the in southern Limgrave, there was that girl who was killed, and her father, we fought and we ran into him in Liurnia, and he had like madness abilities, like frenzied flame abilities.
Yeah.
People who were afflicted by the frenzied flame their eyes become Shibriri grapes,
Make
and
chaos
they
take the
channel the
world.
frenzied flames.
Interesting. Okay. I think I exhausted his dialogue. He did his make chaos
Yeah.
take the world
So now
thing.
he's presenting you an option because currently we have to you like Melina will have to sacrifice herself in a cauldron of flame to light the Erd tree on fire.
Okay.
And so you have to decide, do you make yourself a vessel for the frenzied flame, taking on that burden yourself, or do you allow Melina to do it, knowing that
Uh,
she would probably be pretty pissed if you freed the frenzied flame.
I mean that is that a good decision? I don't know if it sounds like a great
The
decision.
frenzied flame one is the end the world option.
Right. I mean, sometimes worlds need to end.
You set the entire world on fire. It is the most end if you just do a full reset.
Ow.
Oh, these fuckers. No.
Well, I'm gonna kind of run away a little bit. 'Cause, ooh, boy, I did not do damage to that at all. Ah, fuck off. Oh shit, we got
Perfect.
an invasion too. Oh, okay, well, I got killed by ice on the ground, so.
Well, these fuckers are I
Guys have
think
some.
just that, fuckers.
Yeah, they got some serious hit points. Um, let's see. Oh, this upcoming Monday, I'm going on the afternoon tune again, and we're going to be reviewing the Cowboy Bebop movie from 2001.
Nice, nice. Yeah,
Have
there's
you've seen
nobody
all
else.
of the show at this,
Yes.
Tim? I watched it with you, right?
Yep, we
Like a
watched it all
long time
together.
ago. Did we
Movie and
watch the
all.
movie? Okay, okay. I was trying to remember if we did the movie too. Yeah, that's. I mean, that's like my childhood anime.
Yeah, there's nobody else I know that knows Bebop as much as you, so I'm sure you'll be a great person to have for kind of giving it a good review.
Well, I know that they did a review for the show back when the live action thing show came out on Netflix.
Uh,
So yeah, so we're doing the movie because the movie got a retro theater release. So it's
this time I'm just gonna use the thing that they don't dodge because they can't see it.
that sounds like a great idea. I don't know when we're doing Samurai Champloo, but I think I talked about finishing that last week. And then as of right now, Hunter x Hunter is winning the poll for the next
The
one.
for the next one,
Yeah,
and
which
that's got 156 episodes if I'm correct. I've
yeah,
seen all of it.
I was kind of hoping for something else to pull ahead, like something shorter, but we'll see what happens. There's 5 days
Oh,
left to
that's right.
vote, people. Just say if anybody hears this later on the VOD, there's 5 days as of right now. I was second place as Devil Man, which I was that's what I was pushing for because it's so short.
And where can our fellow listeners go to vote?
Oh, sorry. That would be on Twitter, which I won't call it X. I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah, well, it's because that's silly.
It's 'cause yeah, um, yeah, it's very silly. But no, Yeah, that's I think yeah, it's like 39% in favor of Hunter x Hunter, and then Devilman Crybaby is at second place at 29% as at the moment, and then uh, Baki, which I really don't know anything about, is I think that's last, and then or sorry, that would be fourth, and then I think third is My Hero Academia. So it's a lot more stuff
My
that
Hero, I know
I
there's even more of than Hunter x Hunter, and that's just
yeah
that.
I
Good luck watching all of that.
oh fuck fuck fuck
Fuck.
fuck 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 oh god wow these things are
The,
huge dick
so
bags shit
they're the survivors of an ancient civilization
oh
known as
god oh god
Zamor. As the fire god, or was worshipped by the giants, so too was the god of ice, or the primordial force of ice, rather, worshipped by the
I'm
people of Zamor.
coming back to the site of grace.
Don't rest at it,
No, I
because
won't rest at it. I'll just resummon you, and then they'll have their
perfect.
lowered health or whatever.
But they too were wiped out along with the giants. But they were capable of a frost sorcery that even the glintstone sorcerers of Rea Lucaria were unable to replicate.
Damn.
Because to the glintstone sorcerers, the concept of sorcery powered by a force other than glintstone was very, very alien to them. Something that didn't tap into the cosmic force that they're all tapping into. It's what is that? It's like the conduit or something. Um, so it's really kind of interesting to see just like because there's little tidbits that you can find where like people were trying to replicate the frozen sorceries and it just didn't work.
I think one of them is healing. I can see the health bar like going up, like in the distance.
Not if I have anything to say about it.
Let's see. Oh, and then I am also playing through Fallout New Vegas for also for the afternoon tune for a retro review. I have until the show comes out in April for to actually finish it and do the review. And Tim, have you ever played any of the Fallout games?
I've played 3 and 4 to completion. I didn't do the DLC for 4 though because I was just so disappointed and I couldn't give it.
Yeah, were you a big fan of three?
I I was a bigger fan of it, I think, but I didn't really like the story ending. Like, uh,
Yeah, the story in general for three, I have a lot of problems with.
it's because
Partially,
Bethesda game endings kind of have sucked ass in general. I mean, the Skyrim had some cool moments, yeah, sure, but like by and large, Oblivion's ending, eh. Skyrim's ending, eh. It's they seem to not be able to like really land those gameplay moments where you're supposed to have a lot of assets, a lot of things happening all at once. And it's kind of present because they try to do those moments in all these games, like Skyrim Civil War, Fallout 3, where you follow a giant robot to victory, Fallout 4, where you follow a giant robot to victory. Um,
the robot plays the game for you.
yeah, that happens way more in 3, but like, yeah, you spend this whole game
What's the whole last
building
level of
yourself into,
three?
yeah,
Right, it's like the
and
entire last stretch.
it's a significantly lesser portion in 4. Like you are still more responsible for your, and I did like 4's like some aspects like where you could build your own mech suit and then upgrade it, and like uh you could like the idea of settlements is neat, but there's
Oh shit.
so many settlements that required such a ridiculous amount of micromanagement. If you didn't have to
Right.
go back to a settlement after you'd finished it, or there were just a lot of parts of the game that sank time simply because they were frustrating in the way that they were executed, and the settlement
Sure,
aspect of it was kind of weak. If you ignore settlements, the game is better, in my opinion. Like you can
sure.
like you can customize your home base and stuff. Everyone loves like fucking making their own little spot in the world, but nobody likes doing it 36 times. That's excessive.
Sure. For me, so I did you have you ever gotten a look really at the either of the first two Fallout games, like
Uh,
the kind of more top down.
I haven't played them, but I've seen them played through.
So for me, a big thing is I'm not a big fan of Fallout 3 or 4, not
They're
because of the
vastly different.
gameplay, but more so because of the writing.
Yeah, I think that that's most like an example I always use to point to people was like, hey, this is kind of a huge disparity. Fallout 1, you can you can talk the final boss into seeing the error of his own ways,
Yep,
and he
yep,
turns on his own ideology. And that's just something that you can do if you're good at talking and not combat and stuff.
yep.
But uh, in Fallout 4, you come across a racetrack, right?
Sure.
And it seems like you're like, oh shit, a robot racetrack. There's robots and stuff running. And then you look in the stands and it's all robots and
Ow.
stuff too, and it's bandits and stuff, and they're cheering, and there's like an announcer and spectator and all that. So you're like, oh
And
cool,
then
I'm gonna
it's
be
the
able to like
Phantom Menace
walk up
pod
to this.
racing sequence.
Yeah, and then you walk up to it, and the options are how you kill the robot.
Sure.
Like you got how
It's
you kill everybody there. Do you do it
right.
with hacking? Do you do it with shooting?
But it's ultimately you're still killing
You
all of
have
them.
to
There's
kill
not
everyone there.
another
There's no
outcome.
dialogue or confrontation. Everything is just automatically hostile to you.
Yeah.
Even robots that you can hack, you can't really turn them friendly.
Yeah, so, I mean that's my big thing with with Fallout 3 and Fallout 4 is it's mostly a writing thing. I'm just not a huge fan of the scripts, um, or like how the world building is handled.
So
Can't
this
open that.
we might need to.
Is it another solo thing, or is it just that we can't open it right now?
I think I just or we need to be out of your world for you to open it
Oh,
because
really?
there's a
Okay.
fog wall probably fucking with the interact.
I don't see a fog wall, but but
It
like
would be
behind
kind
the
of like
door.
inside the door, yeah. You
Oh,
see how the
okay.
door is kind of glowing from behind it?
Oh, yep. No, you were right. It says open now. Um, oh, Giant's Mountaintop Catacombs. Okay. Should we do this? The Beast's
Yeah,
Eye
we'll head
Quivers.
over to that one and
Do this
clear it.
tomb. It better not have one of those,
No
whatever they
chariots.
are. Yeah, no chariots. Please God, no more chariots.
In Portal 2, there's a DLC where like the idea of the multiverse is just kind of figured out, and they exploit it for scientific testing. And
It's funny.
the Cave Johnson dude who's doing the announcer or the
I
announcement
love,
stuff from the
I
overhead,
love that. Yeah.
the alternate or like he's like I'm Cave Prime. Now I will be able to be identified because I will say chariots at the end of every message. Except all the other caves also say chariots at the end of every message because they're also cave. So he's like, no,
Right.
I'm Cave Prime Alpha.
I've never gotten to play the co-op story mode really for Portal 2.
It's a heap of fun. Like it's if you haven't played Portal in a while, it's like getting to play it for a second time.
Hell
But
yeah.
different enough that you're not going to be like, oh, I've already played this.
Yeah, that's a great game. Another game I wish Valve would learn how to count to three on, but
With that one, I would be hard pressed to see because like at that point, the protagonist had her freedom. I'd be
but
kind of
she did in the
surprised.
first game too. The
Yeah,
first game also
that's true.
ends that way.
And then she comes back of her own volition.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what you would do with Portal, but I mean, it's a comedy that's mostly about the gameplay. I don't know. I don't feel like, with how creative they are to make those two games to begin with, I feel like you'd be able to do it, not without I don't know if it'd be
Well, and
that
like with the
hard to
story
come up
of
with a
like
story.
two, I think you like with, I guess one, it was more like you see a little bit of that rivalry with like Black Mesa and stuff, which kind of
Yeah.
goes in is gone into a bit with
Well,
two a bit
two
more
has
because you
the
kind of see like
yeah, two has the you can because Half-Life Two Episode Two ends with they're talking about like a big ship called the Borealis, and in Portal Two you can find a like empty empty like giant ship docking station hidden in a level for the Borealis, which is an Aperture ship, not a Black Mesa ship. So like they kind of even in Portal 2 they kind of set up the idea that that the Aperture would actually even if it's just that one ship, even like just a little thing like that would tie into the main plot of I guess Half-Life 3 theoretically, but then they're still waiting for Half-Life 3.
I wish the lantern didn't turn off every time you like go into a dungeon or leave multiplayer or enter multiplayer.
Right, or every time do anything every time you do it. Oh, here's another little one. Let's see. Let's see. For either of you, is there a game that you could say you've been waiting like a crazy long time for them to not even just for it to come out, but just for them to like make it? Oh, what the hell?
I think Black Myth Wukong is one I've been waiting for what it feels like ages.
I got killed by an arrow trap. I am sorry.
It happens to the best of us.
How about you, sir? Is there a game that you've just been like just waiting to come out for what feels like forever? Oh, let's see. Do I have my thing on? Yeah.
I know one game people have probably been waiting forever for is Skull and Bones, which has been delayed for I think 7 years now.
I'm not sure why people are really waiting on that one, to be honest. It's kind of just
Oh
the
God,
ship combat from Assassin's Creed 4, which I enjoy, but.
that's
Uh,
kind of it. Like so many
well, I
people are
enjoy
just
it, but
like,
it's like good for like a single player game with a ton of
it would have been
other
good 7 years
parts.
ago.
Right, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's accurate. That's very accurate.
Jujutsu Kaisen is getting a fighting game this year.
Yeah, it's coming out in like 2 weeks.
Nice. I didn't realize it was that close already.
It's like a 2v2 thing, too.
Oh, cool.
Tim, I haven't summoned you yet, right? I don't think I see your sign.
Let me relay it. Avowed is
Yes.
actually one that from Obsidian, the people that actually
Yeah.
I think Obsidian Entertainment might be. It, is Obsidian Entertainment the
It's
same people that did Fallout? Or
so first you had Black Isle Studios, which did Fallout 1 and 2. They kind of broke up,
oh,
and then a lot of the people. Oh, we got Invasion too. And then a lot of the people
in the
that
tomb?
yeah, oh, right down the stairs there. Um, yeah, and then yeah, a lot of the people that from Black Isle made uh, came back together to form Obsidian. Obsidian has made Pillars of Eternity. Uh, that's they did Star Wars KOTOR 2. they did. They did Fallout New Vegas, which is part of why I think Fallout New Vegas is the best of the uh, more modern Fallout games, because it was the original creators kind of coming back to the franchise. Um, Obsidian then also did they did the Outer Worlds pretty recently, which was kind of them doing like a Fallout but not Fallout
I
type
liked
game.
it.
Outer Worlds.
Yeah, I played through that and its DLCs, and I thought it was pretty dang keen.
That's what I heard, is that it's, I mean, it's, it's kind of what you want Fallout to be.
I think he stole our elevator.
I think, is he down at the bottom?
Yep. And then he
Yeah.
sent it back up to the top so that he can ambush us presumably at the bottom. I mean,
Yep,
pretty clever
probably.
tactic. We have to go there.
Right. I mean, we don't really have a
Pillars
choice
of
but to.
Eternity is one. I've had a few friends play that really, really liked it.
I think Ulysses
They've
is
also
working
did
on it right now.
nice. Um, South Park Stick of Truth is also like,
Oh, that's right.
I,
That was also them. I'm off the side somehow, and then, okay. Ooh, fuck. Well, almost got me. Motherfucker. Whew. But no, Avowed, I think Avowed looks pretty cool. I mean, well, it's funny. Obsidian showed Bethesda up so hard when they did New Vegas,
that they
and then
didn't want them to do the
an
same
Elder
thing to
Scrolls.
Skyrim. Yeah,
No, that's exactly what happened, because Obsidian actually pitched a. They actually pitched an Elder Scrolls game. They wanted to do like a spin-off or something, something like a, something not in like the main series. And then, but Bethesda was just like, absolutely not. They just would not let them do it. To be honest, it kind of feels like Avowed is that. It's like they're just like, well, we'll do it. We'll just call it something else, which I'm fine with, because I like Obsidian RPGs. I think they're pretty good at them. Um, uh, but I don't know. I guess what's the most anticipated new game for the year? Because Sarah. I'm assuming you'd say Bendy, because I think, did you say there was gonna, no? It's the movie that's coming out this year, or is there another game on the way yet? I'm trying to remember. Oh, you may be muted too on the mic. I don't hear you.
It's the game that's coming out this year.
That's right. Okay. Yeah. So is that? Oh, sorry.
They do have a movie in the works, but it's the game that's coming out.
Okay. And then would you say, is that your most anticipated for the year? That was just going to be my guess, but hell yeah,
Yes.
that's awesome. I still gotta go back and play through the second one. I really enjoyed the first one, but I need to play two still. I don't know, Tim. What about you? What's like, if for so
actually,
far this year?
so far it's gonna be Avowed,
Yeah, out of
just
everything
because
coming
that
out,
one is. I think that one's slated to fall. I haven't taken a full look
fall.
at what's all coming up for this year, but
My
so
number
far that's
one.
been the one that picks. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, you're totally fine. You go ahead. You finish what you were
Oh
saying
no,
first.
I was gonna say that's, and if you have any ones that really should be brought to my attention, go for it.
Well, number one for me is Black Myth Wukong. I think the combo of Souls-like, but also kind of the God of War elements as well. I don't know, and it being a Journey to the West adaptation. I don't know, man. That game really, if that game does turn out as good as it looks, it's going to be something really special, I think. Um, Otherwise, I mean, I mean, it's a remake, but we're getting the first Metal Gear game in almost a decade. So that will be, and it's a remake of my favorite one. So that should be cool. Uh, I would put Silent Hill 2 on that list as well. Even though again I know it's a remake, not a whole brand new game, but I really do think
Hey,
that
that's a game that deserves the fidelity it can get.
yeah, I mean I think Silent Hill 2 is easily one of the best scripts in a video game ever. Like it's I think it's some of the best writing that's ever been in a video game. Period. Um, and if they can just nail that the story part, I mean the gameplay can even be kind of janky. The gameplay's a little janky in the original,
My
but
bad. Arrow trap.
I that's how
Nice.
I killed myself a little bit earlier. Oh shit! That's I didn't even see that in the wall.
Be wary of explosion. Where?
Uh-oh. There's gonna be an explosion somewhere.
I'm guessing when we jump down. Yep, there's little sparky bastards. Can I get them?
Uh-oh.
Ooh, nice.
Get some of them at least.
All right, well, something's better than nothing, I suppose. I hate those sparky little fucks. Because
I'm
they're
trying to.
simple to kill, but they can kill you so easily.
Yeah, basically suicide bomb you.
Did you pull a lever at any point?
No, not yet at
Oh,
least.
I'm just...
Almost killed myself again. No, I haven't seen the
No,
lever yet. Did we go?
then...
Did we like backtrack or something?
No, because these jars haven't exploded.
Oh, okay, so
Which
this is
means this
still new.
dungeon is doing one of those things where they copy and paste it to seem like a puzzle.
Okay, it's another one of these. Whew. Yeah, no lever in
Now,
here
have I
either.
told you what those living jars are?
You know, I actually don't know if we've gone over that.
So, a couple times we've come across Erd trees, and you will have seen them kind of like just kind of dead, all strewn about the base of the Erd trees.
Right.
And then we came across the Jar Baron village, where the jars, like the
Yeah.
actual living jars, there's like a jar or like a village of them that are free people.
Yeah, yeah.
And so
Oh,
their
wow, that's
job
bigger.
is to go
Tumor.
into battlefields or places where there's an influx of dead. We're just gonna leave this guy.
I'm just gonna run past the big one.
I mean, we we could kill him, but
I mean, if you guys want to keep going, I'll kill him. I'll just catch up to you.
Looks like he's almost down. He's a big fucker though. Ooh,
Uh,
there was a little item dropped, so that's worth something. Strip of white flesh. Was that basically just a tumor? Are we just fighting tumors?
no, well, kind of. It's more like a hive,
Oh,
like a living hive,
could use a little
or a
bit of a heal there,
creature
Tim.
that. Well, that is my version of a heal.
Dying?
Yeah, it's what happens when you're out of health and mana flasks.
Oh, you just ran out of stuff. All right, fair enough. All right, well,
2025, my
um,
most anticipated one is going to be Hades
2025.
2.
Oh, sure. I mean, hell, if it even comes out in 2025, I feel like that could be a 2026 game. All right, is there a lever
That
anywhere on
might
this
be a
upper floor?
2026 game,
Because I think
but I'm
it's
guessing
early
early
access.
access.
Well, I think early access will maybe be this year, I think, based on how they were talking about it. All right.
did you get the item that is on this body over here?
Yes.
Uh, is there anything
Let's
behind
see.
the wall?
Uh,
No.
doesn't look like it. See, now some of these pots are smashed, so I think. Oh god,
And I think it's very fitting of Dennis to switch to a katana at some point and just start cutting people.
I think that is very true. Let's see. This is. Oh, this is. Is this? No. Yeah, where?
I'm slowly running my way through the dungeon.
Okay.
I'm by slowly, I mean I'm already on the third elevator, I think.
Nice. Well, that's not. That's not slow at all. All right. All right. All right. Okay.
I forgot that the traps hit me for a lot more on New Game Plus Plus.
Oh, right. Yeah, doing like way more damage. I
Yeah, like the
think.
frost trap, if it hits you in 3 times, it kills you. Thank God it only hit me twice. But
Damn.
I I was pissing my potatoes right there, I tell you what.
See, I think. So there was like a weird spot in here where it like. No. Okay, that just led right back down to the same. Oh, but there's like a weird.
This weird
If you
repeating
look,
trap thing.
well, like we fall down. The one we just, if you like look up, there's like another place to like. But I'm not sure how you would manage to like. Could you roll into that space right there? Or is like, or was that the same spot? It's just from a different level? Huh. I am not entirely sure.
I have no idea.
Well, let's see.
So, one way to find out.
Because it looks like you would be able to, but at least everything's dead.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like that's another spot for like you to come out of. Oh, it drops you down the same hole.
So is that the?
That's
It's just the same place, or
it's
like is there?
dropping you down the same hole when you're going down that second one.
Okay, so
When we
that's not
killed that
actually different. Okay.
when we
It,
killed that big jar fucker.
yeah, the one that got you
Okay,
just
so
now.
there's an
Ah,
yeah, but
shit.
there's also an
Fucking.
elevator that you can go up
Where
when
is
you
that? Oh, is that when we drop down
Oh,
this
I
hole?
think that's yes. When you drop
So,
down in that little hole, you know how like there's like the path to go up the stairs if you go back down the stairs. Uh
go
I will
down.
put
So
my
go
sign
down that
at the top of
elevator.
that one
Okay.
if I live.
Because I thought we already went down that, but maybe we did, maybe not.
Oh god dang it, Bobby. That one's actually going to be going up. You did come down a different elevator that looks like it, but again, the labyrinthine aspect is just copy pasting assets. So I'm equal parts thrilled that it's as cool as it is, but also vexed that they're just like, look at we did this dungeon 3 times.
I'm still waiting for the Borderlands movie to come out that they announced like 5 years ago.
Ooh, 5 years ago. That's a decent wait. Did they have they given any further updates since announcement?
They did announce at least some of the actors. I can't remember who all. Um, but I haven't heard anything about it since.
Especially the frustrating thing is like sometimes hearing nothing is good, it's a sign of progress, and sometimes it's like, hey, this project is just languishing in purgatory.
So for a second there, Sage, I thought you sent that elevator up. I was about to say something to you.
I was also on mute, so my bad there. Also, uh, it looks like there's a big jar guy underneath the elevator down there.
I think
Oh,
that's where we're supposed to go.
I don't
I
see your
think.
sign yet, Tim.
um,
Or have
I
you?
made it to the top of that elevator, and
And then died.
I died. Yeah,
Should we check out like this
check out
like
that guy,
spot
see
right
what he's got
underneath?
to offer.
You're gonna attack? Yep, he's not a friendly one. Whew. Okay. He had kind of just the normal stuff you'd expect to get from those guys.
What chunks of flesh and jar bits?
Yep, pretty much all that. Oh, and this is where we were supposed to go. This is the lever. Hell
So
yeah.
if you
Okay.
actually make your way to the boss room, my sign is going to be just outside of that.
This
If
should
that
be
would be
leading us
easier.
back towards it, right then?
Yeah, these things tend to be at least decently circular.
Let's see. I'm trying to remember. Is it this one? Let's see.
Did you
Let's see.
drop down, like the place you're progressing from is that jar drop down area?
Yep, there we go. And summon.
Ah, dang.
Well, there we are. What else is like for sure coming out?
An indie game I've been interested in that looks like it could be neat. Uh, Bow Path of the Teal Lotus. I haven't seen a
Oh, I think
tremendous
I've
more.
seen at least like a trailer for that.
It was a Kickstarter game,
Okay.
but
Oh,
side scroller,
yeah.
but it's got lots of really cool art, and the soundtrack seems to be really interesting. And there's not a whole lot kind of out about, I guess, it yet, but
Yeah, I remember seeing at least a trailer for it. That does look really cool. I want to play the Prince of Persia that just came out too at some point.
oh, that's out.
That is out, yeah.
Nice.
Oh, another one of these guys. Oh, Jesus.
Except
Fuck.
in the tight space. That's the
Yeah,
challenge of it.
yeah, that sounds this doesn't seem like a good deal, man. Bad deal. Um have you seen anything for Banisher's Ghosts of New Eden? Do you know what that is?
I cannot say I'm familiar with it.
It looks interesting. It's one of those where it's like I can't quite tell. I feel like it's gonna have to come out and then we'll see. Um, but you're like, it's like you play this like Scottish like ghost hunter in like 1600s New England, or like the area that would be New England. Um, and ow, and and then like you play as two characters now because you play as both him and then you also play as his wife, who's like either dead before the game starts or maybe she dies at the beginning. Either way, she's like a spirit that's like attached to him, and it's like every time they exorcise some sort of spirit or monster from the world, it's like she's like alive for like a few seconds, but they're like bound together to like slay these monsters. And it looks like it could be. It looks like it could be cool.
It turns out it's been immune to holy damage this entire time, and I've been fighting it with an awful lot of holy damage.
Well, I mean, hey, it's still been taking damage. Hell yeah. Let's see. Ultros looks pretty cool. Uh, Yellow Submarine Metroidvania.
Oh yeah.
Just super fucking weird and psychedelic and colorful. That looks like a lot of fun. Um, that comes out in February too. I want to play Pal World. It's early access right now, but I think that looks.
Nintendo's already looking into taking it down, so
I
play it while you can.
don't know. I wonder what they'll be able to do, just because. I don't know. I don't know. It's like the game was out there. Like it was out there for them to do something about it for a while, for a couple of years, and they didn't.
But now they are, because I guess it got popular enough.
Well, see,
Or
that's the thing, is I think like I don't know. I don't know. It'll be interesting to watch. It'll be very interesting to watch. Watch how that all goes down. But you can put the little Pokemon in a sweatshop and make them make AK-47s for you.
we all love Pokemon sweatshops, don't we, folks? Some, I assume, are more productive than others.
Yeah, I do think. I think not all of them are probably.
You're gonna have you're gonna
Strength.
telling me Bulbasaur, who can have like 50 arms on his back, is gonna be doing as much production as a Geodude with only 2 hands, just because he's
Yeah, no, for
strong?
sure.
Have you
Should
seen
we
strongmen
do?
try to perform any task?
Should we do signs right outside of the tomb?
Sure,
Or
betcha.
okay. Um, let's see. Final Fantasy sent us the part two, Final Fantasy VII. Right, like that I'm very highly anticipating. That's probably going to be the first game I buy day one for this year. Um, I don't know if it's going to be good. I hope it is. I hope it ends up being good. But they're doing that Alone in the Dark like reboot, right? Try and capitalize on the success of Resident Evil right now. But I don't know. Like it still has a kind of. I don't know. It just doesn't look like it's going to be great. But I'd love to be wrong. What else on the calendar? There's that Rise of Ronin game. I think that looks like it could be pretty interesting.
Oh, that's certainly got promise.
It's the same studio as Wolong, which is going to be our next. That's going to be our, after Elden Ring, our next big game. We're going to play for like a while.
Oh,
I
time
think
for me to
that's.
bring out the bighorns.
I want to say that's. I want to say that's up to 3 player as well. Um, but but yeah, Rise of Ronin looks interesting. It's set in this really particular time in the 1800s where you had like on a coast of Japan, you had like this American shanty town built, like this like artificial like town on the water, and so it's across and then across the road from like a feudal Japanese town, and it's like a really interesting like culture clash having these two things so close together. I feel like it's going to lend for some really cool like environment stuff.
So, just to interject real quick, look at these
Yeah.
pillars out. That is a constant theme that is in every single FromSoft game
Yep.
in the last, I think it's outside of Armored Core since Demon Souls.
Wow.
Um, and it's been a variety of different things. This one, I'm just hazarding a guess that it used to be the trees that because there used to be trees on this mountaintop. You'll notice how every tree we've come across is either illusory, frozen in its nascent form, or
Right.
but there's no like true mature trees.
Huh.
That's what the player base has been theorizing, especially because you can find a couple of trees that have just absolutely massive trunks that have been severed. You can kind of see one a little off in that distance with branches kind of coming out of it,
Oh yeah.
twisting.
Yeah. Yeah. Huh.
This is a really
Interesting.
good view to die at, though. Like if you had to just like fade into oblivion right here, breathtaking.
It wouldn't be a bad place for it. Yeah.
Especially because he's like everything's underneath the Erd tree, and that's like their god or whatever.
I've been looking for a good place to die. Let's see, what else? We already talked about Black Myth Wukong coming out this year. There's a game called Sandland coming out this year. I don't know if you know anything about that.
I cannot say I'm familiar.
It is based off of a manga, which I think is only being adapted to anime for the first time, like this year. So there's also like a movie of that that's coming out. It's Akira Toriyama, the artist for like Dragon Ball, which is not like my favorite art style in the world, but I don't know. It looks kind of interesting. It's got kind of a Mad Maxy wasteland, but with like supernatural demons in it, kind of thing going on.
Okay.
Looks like it has potential, at least. I'm curious about it. Um, well, that Hellblade sequel got a release date recently.
Oh. Oh yeah,
Did you play the first one?
Senua's Saga.
Yeah, yeah. I really liked that first game. I thought that was solid. I've been looking forward to that. That's a game I feel like we've been waiting on to hear something about for quite some time. Um, yeah, for the most part, that's basically the whole release calendar, like of confirmed stuff as of right now. Um, oh, got another invasion. Well, at least they're right there this time. Um, oh, and then it doesn't have a date attached to it, but that Indiana Jones game is coming out this year. Nice.
Nobody expects Bubble or the Might of Ragnar.
Nobody expects bubbles.
Nobody ever expects bubbles.
They travel so slow. I'm sure somebody's had to have done a playthrough where they knew nothing but bubble sorceries and these stupid horn bubble weapons. There's a site of grace around here somewhere, so if it looks like I'm wandering aimlessly, I'm aiming for something, I swear. Okay, it's over here. But yeah, you get close to these trees, and you'll notice that they're not even fucking there. The trees that we saw on the mountaintop in the distance, they're purely illusory. Illusory
No, they're
trees
really not.
and objects in general are a recurring theme as we come across this land rich and rife with history, echoes of the past and things that once were. Oh, I think we can climb up these little,
Oh,
bam.
oh, well, hey, well, look at that. Yes, we can.
A. It's our favorite rotten bitch. Millicent.
Uh
Literally rotten. As in born
oh.
from the goddess of rot.
What do you got to say? I'm sure there's other stuff that's like coming out this year that doesn't have a release date, but I don't think it'll be as crazy a year for video games as last year was. Like overall, I feel like 2023 was just chock full of things the whole year in a way that we haven't seen since at least like 2018.
I'm trying to
Hailing
figure
tree, huh?
out where we go next. Did you exhaust her dialogue?
I think I'm still working on it.
Dialogues, am I right?
Dialogue, man. Is that all you got to say? Okay, yep. She's not saying anything of different now.
Okay. So she's trying to visit the Halig tree because that's where Melania is.
Right,
And she feels called there or whatever, which lines up with what Gowry in that shack in Caelid said ages ago.
right.
That would have been like fucking 30 hours of gameplay ago. But he mentioned her and her sisters were born at the very moment that Melania bloomed in Caelid. And so each of
Okay.
them have made their pilgrimage, and Millicent is the last because she was wounded. But
All right.
arguably because she was closest to dying from the rot, Gowry says she is closest to Melania's perfection.
Huh. Okay.
And he actually is part of a cult that worships the outer god of rot that resides within Melania.
Damn.
So
All
in the
right.
way that there's a lot of demigods where they're like demigods, but they're demigods of the greater will. Rykard was consumed, infused with a giant serpent, the god devourer, which is like a less a creature born of the order or like a cosmic god, but it's more like a primordial being.
Okay. Okay.
And it like feeds on gods.
And I'm sorry, Tim. Did you go up ahead already? I totally was
Oh
not looking
yes.
for a second. I was posting our live notification again in just a couple other spots. All right. There we go. My bad.
I'm just blowing bubbles.
Hey, you blow those bubbles away, man.
Oh, I
Latenna.
died, but that was honestly on me.
Do you just want to like run up here and put your sign like just right
Yeah,
here?
roughly where that big motherfucker is. I did 10,000 damage and it's like not even half his health.
No, it's like a tiny little sliver of his health.
So you'll also remember she's talking about a medallion.
Yeah.
Remember when we were in the Albinoric village and we received a medallion, like half of
Yeah,
a
yeah.
medallion? Well, she's the other half of that medallion is in this fort that she's
Oh,
talking
okay.
about.
He's just turning around and wandering away now.
And the Albinorics and any creature that was seen as misbegotten or rejected by the Golden Order made their pilgrimage to the Halig Tree, because even though Mikola was an Empyrean, after like he was cursed with eternal youth, but his sister was cursed to rot eternally. How
Ooh,
horrifying does it have to be for your twin to just be festering constantly with the influence of an outer god? And so Mikola
yeah.
fervently plunges themselves into the studies of fundamentalism, seeing like the very core foundations of the Golden Order, and in doing so finds a couple of things, like actually invents some new magic
No
that
shit.
wasn't possible before, out of the fundamentals.
That's
And
pretty
when I
cool.
load in, I can find the spell descriptions, and they give you a bit of that lore with each spell, which is kind of neat because it's unraveling. It's all part of like almost a continuous story they're telling, explaining what fundamentalism is in this world.
That's very cool. You know, as much as I love like the piece together the lore kind of in this apocalypse kind of, I do sometimes wonder, man. Like, how cool would it be to see some of the stories of these games played out in a more straightforward narrative sense?
Yeah,
Because I feel like it could be pretty cool. Like, maybe you don't, like, like, I wouldn't want the game maybe to be what does that, but like I don't know if you did like an animated thing just based on like one of the stories in the game or one of the part or just
yeah.
one element of it to kind of turn that into its own like fleshed out narrative.
That's why I was kind of happy we got that comic, even though it was kind of more jokey.
Sure.
Um, so the
A
noble
bunch of
gold
these
mask
guys.
lamented what had become of the hunters, or rather, the role of hunters is to stamp out defiled reason, all for the perfection of the Golden Order. The noble gold mask lamented what had become of the hunters, how easy it is for learning and learnedness to be reduced to the ravings of fanatics. All the good and all the great wanted, in their foolishness, was an absolute evil to contend with. Does such a notion exist in the fundamentals of order? The role of hunters is to, where's the next one? Two concepts form the basis for Golden Order fundamentalism. One is the law of regression, to which this incantation relates, and the other is the law of causality. And the fundamentalists describe Golden Order through the powers and the push and pull between those two. Causality is the pull between meanings, which links all things in a chain of relation. Um, and
Invasion, but
regression is
it's
the pull
literally
of meaning.
right in front of us.
Ooh,
Come on, motherfucker. Running behind's not going to do any good. We already took that big thing out. You can't trick us into fucking with the enemy over there. Is that the moonlight sword that he's using?
no, he used an enchantment on his
Oh,
regular sword to make it magic.
because the moonlight sword is in here, right? Like,
Yes, I think I whipped it out like 20 episodes ago.
oh, I do vaguely remember that. Stand and fight.
Oh, he's trying to lure us to the next one.
Fucking. Nice. That took. Wow, that was like over half his health.
He's trying to parry him, and they're a bitch to parry because they speed up the closer they are to you.
Nice. Got him with the bubbles.
Toot toot, motherfucker.
Whew. Wow, good teamwork, everyone. I feel like we have so many invasions tonight.
And we've only died to one of them, and it was because he really had a good grasp on game mechanics.
Yeah, that one I wasn't even mad about because I feel like that person just genuinely
It
like knew what they were doing.
and it was a quick death, I suppose. It's hard to get mad about a quick death.
Right.
Oh, but with learning the lessons of causality and regression, the push and pull, and the intricately linked unity of everything in order, um, Mikola didn't find the answer. Like they gained a new understanding, uncovered meaning in the Golden Order that hadn't been ever revealed before. They completely changed the game of the Golden Order worship. Decided it wasn't powerful enough, moved on to the next thing. Tried their
Damn.
hand at sorcery, but found out that it was really just good for hitting stuff and deflecting things, but there's no healing to be gained in sorcery, and so moved on, just gradually mastering the different aspects of this world.
Damn.
Eventually, though, they take a sapling of the Erd tree, the sapling of the World Tree, rather, as it is without the Erd trees or the Greater Will's influence,
Okay.
and starts watering it with his own blood.
Shit. All right. Well, that's Feed me,
And
Simo.
he wishes to create a sacred tree, kind of like the Erd tree, but with that primordial world's influence and the power of his godhood innately infused into the tree, because he's an Empyrean. He was next in line to succeed Marika, because Ronnie had rescinded her imperialness to become a doll.
Ronnie
And
McDonald.
yeah, Ron. And Melania was become eternally rotting. Not only that, but she thought Mikola was the more fit between the two of them, and so she dedicated herself to being her Mikola's blade, and just never had any aspirations of godhood except putting her brother to that elevated position. I can't figure out how to get over up here without taking that wind tunnel thing.
Um, let's look around here.
Because we're trying to get to this plateau to the north.
Okay. I mean, I suppose it's possible that there hasn't been too many times in the game where that's like you've had to use those, but I feel like it would make sense for them at least a couple spots.
Especially on a mountain of all things.
Right. I mean,
They did say, after all, it's a single player game that just happens to have multiplayer features.
Right.
That's
They
such
do.
an annoying stance to take.
It's a very annoying answer for sure.
Yeah, don't create your first free DLC being dedicated entirely to competitive multiplayer, and then just say it's just happens to be part of the game. So you're gonna come up
Right.
to this wind spring thing,
So I will have to
and
do this solo. Okay. Yeah. And then summon you guys back after. Of
yeah,
course. Of course. I
luckily
just hope
we
an
can just
invasion
run
doesn't.
past everything on a horse.
Right. I just hope an invasion doesn't come in just as you guys are leaving. Because that has happened. Alright. Ooh. Okay. Tell me there's a site of grace close by or something just to make this easy.
Unfortunately, there's not.
Damn. Alright. Let's see what would be the easiest way. Should I just go back to the cliff where I came up, or should I keep going until I
Yeah,
find like a.
directly on the cliff where you landed is where I'm gonna place my sign.
Okay.
Or in that little general vicinity, because there's a little, I guess, whole ass landing zone.
Right. Alright. I'll just ride back over there.
If you go across that bridge, survive the spectral giant skeletons, jump down a couple plateaus, make it past the lightning flowers, and avoid the deathrite bird, there's a site of grace.
Yeah, I'm gonna like wait for you guys first.
I think there's also a walking mausoleum, just to add a little bit of stuff in there.
Well, there you go.
But it's just a few tiny little inconsequential enemies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just a
Really
couple.
Other
do.
than that,
Other than that, it's a straight shot.
Pretty much.
Smooth sailing.
so there's a little guy over here, actually. You'll notice maybe a trail of messages all talking about special friend, merchant ahead, that kind
First
of
off,
jazz.
south, merchant ahead. Yeah, I see these. Likely merchant, by the way, south.
Merchant ahead, in short, merchant.
In short, merchant.
Merchant, therefore merchant.
Merchant, therefore
Caution,
merchant.
merchant ahead.
Why would you need to be cautioned about that?
If you've attacked one of them, they all become hostile.
That makes sense. They got each other's back, you know?
And they're the only survivors of an otherwise eradicated people.
Shit.
They're people. Remember that rumor I mentioned that Shibriri started? Well, it was that
Yeah.
these people, these wandering merchants, were actually that their people worshipped a different outer god than the Golden Order,
Oh,
and the
okay.
Golden Order didn't believe these people because they had believed Shibriri so thoroughly. And there's this massive, the Great Caravan that Kale mentions at the beginning of the game, that the first merchant you come across. And there's a cut quest line where he goes to find the Grand Caravan, leaves that spot, and you find him in a few different places. You come across ravens that had been sent by his people as a form of communication that still had their messages attached, and he manages to pinpoint the last known caravan location in um, what was it? The the Golden City.
Okay.
I forget the
Okay.
name of it. I think it's just the Golden City. I don't know. But the so you go there and you find this massive caravan that's empty, and you can still find that overturned in the city by where we fought that Erdtree avatar.
Oh, I remember that, yeah.
And in the sewers behind like Moog's room, you can find where everyone that was a member of the Grand Caravan was entombed while they were alive.
Damn.
And remember, you can't die in the lands between. You can just
Right.
starve for eternity in a
So,
pit in the ground.
that sounds, doesn't sound fun.
And so when he finally finds his people and he sees what the Golden Order has done, he absolutely loses it. And you can find the voice acting on YouTube. I highly recommend. It's
Oh. It's like it was in the game code, even though it wasn't in the
yeah, it's
finished.
like people,
Interesting.
somebody was able to add it to the game, and there should have been 3 stone sword keys you bought from that guy.
Oh,
Um,
there. Okay, let me go back and make sure I buy those.
I totally forgot to mention that. Yeah, I think they're
I
five
got the
thousand each.
cookbook from him, and I just didn't think about anything else. Yeah,
That and the stone sword keys are always worth it.
right.
But
Those are
yeah,
just always worth
his
it.
voice acting when he finds out that because all these merchants are wandering merchants, they never knew like that there was no home to return to except the Great Caravan. That was the capital of their civilization.
Right, like
So
Jawas.
yeah, and so they just fucking fucking destroyed
Bike, 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 bike.
uh Jawas. Yeah, yeah, kind of
Little
like
ankle
that.
biters, man.
And so like the emotion that he's able to portray kind of really like as he turns against the character because he's like, you're seeking to become an Elden Lord, leader of this order that is so readily able to commit genocide over a simple lie.
Right.
Um,
Oh shit.
so we're gonna actually, I think the closest waypoint is still a ways away, but we're gonna stop
Sure.
at Stargazer's Rune.
All right.
You picked up a jellyfish spirit somewhere in Limgrave, I believe.
I think so.
And then you would have never used it because spirit companions didn't really hold a candle to actual companions.
That's true.
They're
Oh,
for those
also,
maidenless chums.
right. Well, also, Tim, I do have a question for you. Do you know what that question's going to be?
Have I seen more Devilman?
Yeah.
I have not.
No. All
Summon
right.
that jellyfish spirit right here
Summon
if
it.
you can. I think you might be able to summon it right here. We might have to fucking yeet ourselves for it, and if so, this will be something we come back to on the solo stream.
How do I do that?
So
I don't even.
you're gonna
I don't
go into your
remember.
inventory, over to
Right.
ashes, and you're
Okay.
gonna look for jellyfish ashes, spirit
Jelly.
jellyfish ashes. And
yeah,
then
I do have it. Can I?
if you can use it,
It
I think.
uses darked out or grayed out.
Yeah, okay. So the spirit summons very, very rarely have interactions with the world, um, because
What
they're
is
often the
tomb
result
down
of
there?
you obtaining them from taking that person out of the world.
Sure.
This is a place where you can actually resolve the quest line of that spirit because
Huh.
the description
Interesting.
for that one is a floating spirit that illuminates its surroundings. Prone to tears, the jellyfish girl searches for her distant home, will bravely spew poison at foes in her summoner's behalf. Her name is Aurelia,
Oh, poor jellyfish girl.
and this would be her distant home.
Damn.
But
Okay.
her distant home is ruins, and all that's left are the spirits of her people, these jellyfish.
Huh. That
Sad as shit.
sucks. Yeah. Poor girl.
That's the thing about eternity is like you spend enough time waiting for, is this thing unlockable down here?
I think
Or
that's a
is this
that
another
that's definitely a place you guys would have to get.
held shut by a seal? I think that's
Oh.
also after talking to her that
Oh, okay,
unlocks.
so yeah, that'll have to be. We'll do that on the solo stream.
Then in that case, let's see.
We'll definitely
Well,
come
I
back.
believe we come
Ah,
across over here.
which I guess, yeah, I guess the plan is to then do that next week. But I guess we'll also see how much of this we get through tonight. And I mean, if there's like another stream's worth of just this giant
Yeah, it's like
mountaintop stuff. I mean,
once we kill the boss at the top of the mountain, there's no going back. Actually,
okay.
knowing that there's a decent amount we can do, like because there's an entire that
Oh, we
whole
got an
place.
invasion.
Oh, I know why he invaded here.
Yep. Yep. Me too. Oh,
Oh, and
what
then
the
he does the
fuck?
knockback roar like a little fucker.
Nice. Hell yeah, Sarah. Fuck yeah. That
If
was awesome.
I can lay my sign back down at the beginning of that bridge,
Oh, sure.
because I'm like right there.
Cool. Lay away.
But you'll also notice that the area we're going into, like that was Stargazer's ruins. If you look above it, you see the fucking moon is massive.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, I
bigger
did
than it
notice
was
that.
any other zone. Not
Right,
only
right.
that, but at night there's so many goddamn stars in this area. It's really a pretty skybox. Um,
Wait, where did it go? It was here.
this was
I did see it. Now the moon's gone. Where'd it go? Huh. It was totally like in the sky before, and now I don't see it.
I think it's over here, but it's obscured because I think the snow set in.
Oh,
Goddamn weather.
fair enough. Fair enough. Well, we're having a
So for
weird weather
this
up with
guy, you're
us.
gonna strafe.
Okay.
Uh, and if you like, yeah, just don't
Zigzag,
get hit by his
motherfucker.
beam because it kills you.
Ah! Shit.
We cannot kill these. I forgot they're illusions.
Okay, so off the rocks towards this.
Yeah, there's like a yeah.
Ah!
You're gonna jump down the
Oh shit! And there's
Oh, cool,
one
a
of these
death right
birds
bird.
too. Oh fuck me,
Uh,
dude. Uh,
okay, so rather than fight this,
ah.
we're gonna get the site of grace that's nearby,
Okay,
um, which I believe is
down
over
this
here.
way.
It's just making sure that we could backtrack up it, and if we absolutely can.
Right, if we yeah, 'cause that way if we die, it'll be much easier to.
Field of lightning flowers.
Yeah.
The made it past the death right
So
bird.
fun.
Made it past the cemetery full of ghost skeletons.
Yeah, I would not have wanted to run through that just like totally by myself.
I knew you were gonna die to the beam unless you knew about the beam beforehand.
Yeah, I
Unless you
absolutely
saw
would
me
have.
die to it as quickly as I did.
Yep.
Now come smash the
Whew.
crystals on this fucker. Because I can't break them, but I think you might be able to. Now you'll notice these are... I might have talked about this a little bit in Liurnia when we saw another one of these fuckers. But you'll notice the skulls all over it. These walking
Yeah.
mausoleums were to guard the bodies of slain demigods that fell during the Shattering.
Oh.
And in order to eternally protect their bodies from those who would pillage or defile, like a legion of soldiers would willingly have themselves beheaded and their skulls
Shit.
crystallized and affixed to these walking monuments, their souls being the driving force that powers it to eternally wonder. And you can more often than not find these things surrounded by those headless spirits that protected in
Mm.
death.
Right,
Now, when
right,
we see this one, we're like, where the fuck are they? Because every other walking mausoleum has been protected by these fuckers up to now.
right. So then, yeah, where are they? It's a good question. Are they inside of it this time?
They're not inside the mausoleum because that's, I think, the thing they're trying to keep them all away from. And that is where you'll be able to duplicate boss souls if you want to get both weapons from it,
Okay.
or both spells from it, or
Cool.
what have you. But you really with this the game you chose to only use one weapon the entirety of is also the game with like 300 or something weapons.
Well, hey, I mean, at some point, maybe
It's kind of funny.
we'll do like another run of it someday, and do like I'll do like a different build. It's true. It is the one game where I was like, no, I'm doing a Belmont. It was never an option before. Oh shit.
But you've got your magic to round it out. You've got a little bow and arrow. You've got plenty of stuff to kind of round it out.
Ah, fuck. Ah. Retreat, retreat, retreat. We lost Sarah. Oof. At least we got that. At least we got the sign of grace here. Reconvene there. You just fucking headbutt me.
My son is down by that side of grace.
I got you. This thing does not seem to want to come through the doorway, at least.
I'll send shit through the doorway at it, I guess. Oh, that didn't work. Oh, that didn't work. Okay. I'm getting really, lightninged at it.
You should heal.
I think I'm good.
Yeah. Are you
Sarah,
out of
when
items?
you get in, could you tell me, I don't need any healing, right?
No, not at
Back
all.
me up. Let's see if I can, I'm at 2 HP
Wow.
out of 14,000, or 1,400. 14,000, Christ. Alright, now I'll heal. That was mana, never mind. Okay, there we go. I guess I was out of mana too.
Well, you're running out of everything there.
So the good news is those lines do not come back.
Sweet. Yeah, I'm good. Thank God. I don't know. I don't want to deal with them again.
Oh shit, our favorite. It's dagger pigeons. Sorry, no, dagger hawks
Oh, these
that have
fucking things.
flamethrower beaks.
Dagger hawks with flamethrower beats. That just seems
Who
seems
comes
like
up with this shit?
Nature
Kinda
is just
soft.
an
Yeah,
Mother Nature in this universe is not nice.
she's not a kind one. Um, yeah, this I'm not really sure. Oh, look at the banner on this fort.
Yeah, what am I
More
looking
of that
at? Looks like
eclipsed
a
sun.
yeah. Oh yeah, that's very berserk.
That is one of the symbols of Mikola.
Right,
So
right,
this would have been one of the forts. Because like when Mikola planted that halig tree, they did it on the northern shores of the mountaintop of giants, and the tree eventually reached almost the height of the mountain,
right.
but never quite reached the size of the halig tree because uh, while Mikola was slumbering nestled in the core of the tree, uh, got kidnapped. And Melania wasn't there because Melania was there fighting Radon to get the stars moving again, so that the fates of the
Right.
gods could be changed, so that Mikola would be able to finally put a rest to Godwin's soul, because Godwin's body.
Ow. Oh, okay.
And now that we've killed Radon, the gods are like like their fate is mutable now.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, there's another side of grace already.
But
Sweet.
Mikola fought Radon at a heavy cost, and the stars were still stationary at that time,
Right.
because Melania had only like infected him with rot. Radon was so mighty that even though he was completely devoured by the rot, his power still held up the stars, even when he was but a ghost of himself. Where? Oh, there you are.
This little ghost is presenting itself.
This whole ass place, I am going to fully admit, um, I'm remembering the lore now. Okay. So, in furthering the story of this eclipse, that was
Yeah.
because known as the eclipse because Mikola, in performing that ritual, eclipsed the sun and
Right.
did so from the fortress of the sun.
Okay.
This fortress shares that makeup, so it kind of indicates that they were
Ah!
part of the same people because it shares the same architecture. You can find the same son of a bitch.
You find that same son of a bitch. Yeah.
I'll catch up. Ragnar, we would be dead without you 1,000 times over.
Yeah, I know.
I can
What's
only
it like
imagine.
just being so cool?
Oh, oh, I'm alone now.
Well, yeah, I
Now,
mean, I just died too, so I mean,
Ah, it's okay.
I got a
We'll
little
just go
too
outside.
cocky.
I'll just go back to the side grace that we like just got. Oh, but they're
so
following me. Yeah.
the
Don't you?
shaded
Don't follow
castle
me.
is what that castle was formed. The one that the eclipse was performed at. Um, was renamed at because that
Ah,
like
fuck
the
off.
sun no longer hit that castle as a result of Mikola's power. Mikola can block out celestial bodies from being able to see the planet. Like they are the actual protagonist of the Elden Ring story. Like
Right.
if you take out the
Oof.
player character, it's just Mikola doing incredible feats of strength and no learning and shit. And
Mikola being Ultra.
yeah, Mikola being the ultra one.
Whew. All right. Tim, I
I
don't
So
seek
yeah,
see.
death and vengeance.
Tim, I don't see your sign yet.
um, that
Is there a
is
Church
because
of
I had mine at
Mutants?
the wrong side of grace.
Oh.
While I get my shit together.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm running on like 3 hours sleep right now. I'm sorry.
You're fine.
Hey, as long as we're having fun, that's what matters.
Oh,
If these invaders had actually won it all, aside from that first guy, but we're so powerful, and by us I mean us and getting carried by Sarah.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. No need to apologize. You're good.
Yeah.
Oh, you picked up one of the legendary armaments next to that one dude.
Oh yeah, I did. It was called something.
Whee!
It was the Eclipse Shuttle.
Yeah,
Now,
that's definitely what it was.
I have the Sight of Grace. My sign is now down.
Sweet. Just
Uh,
waiting for it to pop up.
Storied sword and treasure of Castle Soul that depicts an eclipsed sun drain of color, one of the legendary armaments. In Soul, the sight of an eclipsed sun inspires a dreadful awe, preventing an onlooker from averting its gaze. So,
Damn.
contrary to they like cannot look away from it because it's such a like it's Mikola. One of Mikola's abilities was the ability to draw and inspire the affections of others.
Mm.
So like Mikola is like the god of love, the god of dreams, the god of fundamentalism, the god of like the eclipse, the god of death. Like fucking Mikola is the god
Interesting.
of so many goddamn things because Mikola has mastered so many domains of reality, trying to find a cure for Melania.
Well, what kind of a goddamn given god deal is that?
It probably would have worked if the Golden Order hadn't tried working against Mikola, because
Right.
like as an Empyrean they were born with two fingers. That sounds so fucking weird. They were born with the two fingers attached to their soul. Essentially,
Right.
they were bound to the greater will from birth because they were birthed from a god that herself was imbued with the power of the greater will.
Interesting. Right.
Okay,
Okay.
so this is a
Oh shit.
shortcut back down,
Is that the?
and
That's
we're
not
gonna
the boss, is it?
that is the boss of this castle. Yes, so we're gonna go down and
Okay.
we left.
Oh. Oh,
I
sorry.
didn't
I'm
think to
sorry.
jump down right here.
Oh, was I not supposed to do that?
No, well, yes, we are, because I think everything you might have gotten everything down there. I think
There's definitely some
there
stuff
is
up
that
here
one
I
door
don't
we
have.
couldn't go through.
Right. Is that important?
We'll probably figure out if we have to come back for it.
All right. Fair enough. Ow!
God,
Guys.
boy. You're supposed to be friendly, dog.
Oh shit. Ooh. Ooh, nice.
Oh,
Anything.
like
Let's see.
I really do like how different like or like how weapons have different attacks for like if you're stationary and you tap circle and then hit, or like if you're charging forward and then hit, or like same thing
Yeah.
with like they do manage to diversify the move set. So even if you're just using a little simple light hammer like this, there's like 4 or 5 hits you can do with it, and then the special. Okay, fingers but hole ahead.
God damn
That's the
it.
message below that. I fucking hate it. I love it, but it's so Dark Souls. But I hate it. But I love it.
All right. Where are you going? Where
I
did you
don't.
go? Oh, there you
Where
are.
am I going?
I don't
That
know.
is the real. Is there anything up here? We got everything up here, right?
We were just up though,
Yeah, that's
Tim.
right. We were back across the. No, not over here.
This. Over here.
Oh yeah, and then into the little house over here. Not
Oh,
quite on the prairie, but more in the Gothic castle.
little house on the Gothic castle. Just jump down over here, or no? Or is that?
Well, there's a little ladder here that I guess leads
Oh,
back down to the site of Grace, so it all just kind of goes back to that. This place is not nearly as big as I thought it was. For
okay.
some reason, I thought this castle was bigger. They
Right.
always say their castle is bigger at first. Uh,
Guy's always lying
That's
about the
what
size of
he
their
said.
castles.
That is definitely what he said.
Oh, this little fucker shooting arrows at us. Was he
am I?
glitching? Yeah, he glitched into the floorboards there.
He absolutely was. But that door that was locked, like, did it say that it was locked for that building over here?
Yeah. It said it was like locked from the other side.
So
Oh
there's a
Oh,
way
god.
to
we
get
got
in there.
got another one. Another invasion. Gosh dang, man.
Well, thankfully we've killed, I think, everything in here. Uh,
Right, he can't lead us
uh,
into a trap.
so there's definitely a way to get over there, but I'm not figuring it out.
Well,
Was
I
it
mean,
from
hey,
down?
we're
Was it locked? Well, I'm gonna just do this, and if it's over here,
all
I
right.
can let you
You go
know.
scout and find out for us.
Where's my friggin' scouter?
Gotta
Oh
tell me.
shit!
Oh,
Power level.
over nine
It's over
thousand.
9,000.
Oh shit. Oh, right. Invasion too. Don't forget, there's an invader around here
Oh,
somewhere.
that's right. You know,
Found him.
some
He's in
found
here.
him.
Back up where we are. Oh,
Yep.
yep. So, Tim, should we jump down, or do you want to come up here? What's
I'll
easier?
come up there.
Okay.
Unless he's really kicking your ass, and in which case I guess you could jump.
So far, he's not actually coming out of the building. He's just kind of waiting. I think trying to get us to follow him in.
In this building? This building right
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
This one right here. Okay.
Yeah.
Ragnar, stand, or actually no, yeah. If you're, oh my God, as a piece of wood, as a fucking
That's
piece of
amazing.
wood.
That actually. Oh, what? What the?
Hey.
Oh God! Oh, it's up there. Whoa! How do you get up there?
How the fuck did he, wait, where is he?
Oh my God, Morty! How did she get there?
How did she get there?
Ow! Yeah, what the fuck? What? What?
Where the fuck are they?
They're
Like
like
Up
up,
on this
here.
like
building?
up here. Yeah, up by the boss store.
Oh, okay. So we gotta, like,
Shit.
What the actual fuck?
Oh come on!
oh,
It just blew us right off the side again. What the fuck? What's happening right? I don't even understand what
oh,
we're getting
she's
hit
using
by.
a gravity ability, and they're so
Oh,
fucking annoying. Uh, Sarah, could you send the elevator down? We're just a wee bit trapped.
thank you. Oop.
No.
Oh fuck.
Oh come on. Okay, well it.
Oops.
I
Jesus.
guess don't stand anywhere ever. I guess is the
Just
moral of this
never
lesson.
stand anywhere.
We can't take this elevator up, so let's send this
Let's just send it up and
let's
then fuck with them. All
well,
right, and then
I
go
guess
this
we
way
could jump.
to our deaths. Like, what are you thinking?
Okay. First we heal up.
Okay.
We got the buff for damage reduction, but that doesn't help us against fall damage. So we go
Right.
back onto this little bridge over here, right?
Okay.
We use like jump off behind us.
Or get
Well, I
knocked
guess
off.
that helped us. And then go over to the site of grace. We re-get Sarah back in here because we might be at a disadvantage with only 2 people trying to go this way. And
Right.
then we're gonna go the long way.
Okay.
While you're summoning in Sarah, I'm gonna go the long way first. But I'm gonna do it in
Oh
stealth
wait,
mode.
hold on. Sorry.
So go back to the site of grace,
Yep,
summon
I
Sarah.
just started following you. Where's that doorway? Over here? Yeah. Okay. I am at the site of grace. Whew.
Oh,
They get you?
no, but I got them to bringing the party to you.
I see. I don't have Sarah's sign just yet, but did they follow you? Oh, they did. Oh wait, no, that's just one of those. Okay. They didn't even come down here with you, did they?
They did.
Oh shit, oh shit. Wow. Okay, that does some serious fucking damage. Okay,
Wow.
that killed me in one hit. That killed both of us. Okay, that just
Oh,
killed both of us. Okay, well, I mean, it's 7 minutes from when we'd end anyway. Is there anything worth doing in that time first, do you think? Or do you
well,
feel
we
like.
do have the shortcut to that boss unlocked.
Okay, so that's. Should we try and do that, boss?
I think, yeah, that might be the last thing that we
Have time for. Yeah,
because the
let's try the boss and see if we can knock that out.
because there's 2 things left in this castle that you've yet to get, and they are Cerulean Amber, which increases your magic pool and for weapon attacks, and
Sure.
then Stormhawk Axe, which creates a lightning storm around you as special.
Sweet. Sweet. Okay.
But those are both, I think, optional in terms of like
Right. They don't seem like totally crucial.
if you ever come back to the game or something and you're just like, oh man, I really want to do this Stormhawk build, then you can come back to the castle that you've already cleared out.
And just like
But
you did, I will roleplay Danny DeVito the whole time.
oh yeah, you really got to get my Stormhawk axe.
That's good. All right. Ow. Not very nice, you guy. Guy. Take that. All right, nobody knocking us off the fucking elevator this time.
Except for the elevator
Oh,
being
but
up
it's
there,
already
which
up
I
there.
guess we
Is that? Does that not hurt us? Okay, that's not that big a fall. Fair enough. Take that heal, real.
yeah,
Nice, nice.
it saves a fortune on magic.
Hell yeah.
But it requires some of that flour that you make co-op items out of to make, so
Oh,
I probably need to farm more of that flour after this session, actually, because I think you're low on fingering.
I am.
Now, this
Commander
guy has
Niall.
that.
Nail? Niall?
Yeah,
Niall.
Niall. Like, because people can use spirit summons, and this boss is seen as pretty fucking hard because so can he.
Damn, yeah, seriously.
Holy shit.
Also, not doing a lot of damage to even the spirit summon.
And he can bring those back, too.
Oh, fuck. Oh, he already got you.
And he can, yeah, and he can
Oh,
buff them.
God. Oh, God.
and he
Oh god.
jumps around. Okay, so we might actually just have to come back to this guy.
After I power up a little bit.
Well, that or uh just next time, like maybe we'll have a bit better idea and we'll be refreshed.
God damn.
Because
Ooh,
yeah, he
okay.
has he's one of the more difficult bosses, I would say. He gave me a fair bit of trouble the first time I fought him.
Yeah. I don't like it. I don't want it. Don't give it to me.
Well, X gonna give it to you.
Ah! Yeah, I'm gonna die. I figure I might as well just try my hardest. Ah, shit.
But
Okay.
it's a noble
Yep, he
try.
got me. All right. So not today. Definitely
See,
not today for this one.
now that we're getting in later game, these bosses that are required, well, like this is actually an optional boss. Like
Oh,
85% of the bosses are actually optional.
well, right.
Um,
That's fair.
but he like if you want to access the lower snowfield,
Sure.
like the basically the other half of this zone is optional entirely, as
Oh
well as
wow.
the
Okay.
entire Halig tree and the blood fields. They're all optional. But I mean that's an entire fucking 4 or 5 hours of gameplay right there. So
Oh
we
wow.
might as well do it.
Yeah. Hell yeah. No, we absolutely will.
This game
But
we're at a little bit better position than with Dark Souls 2, where we're just like, please let it end.
yeah, no, I mean Dark Souls 2, it was starting to be like, all right, yeah, when's it gonna wrap up? How much longer is this gonna? I don't feel that way at all here. Like I'll be sad honestly when there's no more Elden Ring to play.
And
Granted,
that's
it
when the
seems like,
DLC will drop.
and then the DLC will drop, and then I will be like, all right, it is break time. Supposedly that's gonna be soon, though, right?
Allegedly, it's been 2 years since launch coming up this February, and if we don't have an announcement in a month when the anniversary of the game drops, uh,
Wasn't there like some data uploaded to the back end of the game though on like the PlayStation Network recently or on Steam or something? I could have that wrong, but I thought I read something about that. Like there was a bunch of data uploaded or updated uh, attached to the game, which made people think, oh, it must be soon.
so there was a possible controller leak for uh,
Oh,
like there's let's see, uh, oh there yeah, it looks like there might be an Elden Ring controller
oh,
in the
okay. So
works
that
for the
I mean,
DLC for Xbox.
interesting. It's funny. That always leaks through Xbox first. That shit always comes through Xbox first. I don't know why, but they just must have not as they must just have less security around some of that stuff.
The DLC, like if that leak from December 15th or so is real, the game could, or like the DLC could launch on the 23rd on the 2 year anniversary.
That would be
Or it
cool.
could just be another fucking really good Photoshop. I guess we'll just have to kind of be patient because we're all thirsty for anything we can get at this point. They didn't,
Well,
for the one DLC, the Coliseum one, they announced nothing about that before they launched it.
Right. It was just kind of all of a sudden it was out.
Yeah, they announced it as it launched.
there are hidden videos on Bandai Namco's various YouTube things.
Ooh, okay. That seems promising.
Ooh. Well, fingers crossed we get more of this because as much as I love the first 100 hours of it, I can't wait to get the next 100.
Yeah, right?
Or the next
If there's more
300.
than one DLC, I would not be shocked if the total playtime goes up to 200.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know. I think that's almost guaranteed.
Well, you're only supposed to beat the game in like 80 hours. And here I am having 600 hours on one character.
So let's just say if the DLC is like half the size of the game, that's like add an additional 300.
Pretty much.
We can
Oh
only
wow,
dream, right?
we can only dream. Well, this has been another awesome session. Thank both of you for coming and hanging out and doing this with me, carrying me through this game. And I don't really see anybody for a raid at the moment. So I think we're just going to
Well,
end.
awesome.
But yeah, go check out Say Hello Sarah. Give her a follow. She's playing cool games over on her cool stream. Tim doesn't stream, but
Um,
you know.
I will be starting Bloodborne tomorrow,
Ooh,
so
that's exciting.
there's that.
Hell yeah.
First, first playthrough, I'm playing it blind. I have no idea what to expect with it.
Hell yeah.
I
That's
found
my
the
Not
second
initial
bad.
favorite.
curve. I'd like Bloodborne was the hardest Souls game for me to get into, but was I like once you're like a couple hours in, everything starts to click together, and I think it's arguably one of their most unique games
It's my second favorite, personally, out of all of them.
after Sekiro, right?
Yeah, Sekiro and then Bloodborne and then Elden Ring might be third, I think.
Though that Demon Souls remake was really clean. I
That
really did
was
enjoy
also
that.
really
Though
clean.
it did have a bunch of annoying shit from the original game still in it,
Like the multiplayer,
like acid
like
on your
acid.
fucking armor.
Yeah, that was annoying. Oh, I
Players
forgot
coming
about
in and
that.
breaking your armor, and then you have to go farm souls to repair it.
Yeah, oh, I don't miss that.
Fuck
I don't
that
miss that at
game.
all.
Well, shit. Good luck on Bloodborne.
Sarah,
I can't wait to see what your opinions of it is.
what times are you going to be streaming Bloodborne?
12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time
Awesome.
is my start time. I normally stream for about 3 hours on Sundays.
On Sundays, okay. And then I'm just gonna 12 p.m. Eastern is translated to Central because I can't. I don't. That's 11.
11
Okay.
o'clock.
Okay. So I think I'll have a chance to stop in before I go to work tomorrow. Hell yeah. Well, yeah. Bloodborne. That's awesome. I'm very excited to see that. As for anybody hanging out in the audience, thank you for chilling with us, and we shall see you for sure Monday. Me and Horton will be playing Remnant from the Ashes on Monday at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. Otherwise, have a great night.